Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today NAKA just filed a 1 for 40 reverse stock split, and I am seeing some interesting board changes. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. Nakamoto Inc is making a big move to boost its stock price, and they've added a new face to the board. So, we've got a filing from Nakamoto Incorporated, and this is a current report, meaning they're sharing something important that just happened. The date of the report is May 21, 2026, and that is also the earliest event they're telling us about. This is the exact name of the company, Nakamoto Incorporated. They are incorporated in Delaware, which is a common place for companies to set up their legal structure. Their file number with the SEC is 001-42103, and their IRS identification number is 84-3,829,824. Their main office is located in Nashville, Tennessee. Now, let's talk about what is registered with the SEC. They have common stock where each share has a par value of $0.001. This stock trades under the ticker symbol NAKA on the Nasdaq stock market, LLC. They also have tradable warrants, which are like options that give you the right to buy shares, and these trade under NAKA on the OTC Pink market. A quick note that asterisk means the warrants trade over the counter, not on a major exchange like Nasdaq. Nakamoto Incorporated is checking the box that they are an emerging growth company. This means they might have some regulatory benefits and flexibility, especially when it comes to accounting standards. However, they are choosing not to use the extended transition period for new or updated financial accounting rules, which means they'll be adopting them as they come out. The first big item here talks about material modifications to the rights of security holders. This is basically saying that something significant has changed regarding how their stocks and other securities work. The details of this are tied to another section, item 5.03, which we'll get to. This section is about changes in the company's leadership. On May 21, 2026, the board of directors at Nakamoto Inc decided to increase their board size from 6 to 7 members. They've appointed Tyler Evans, who is the Chief Investment Officer of the company, as a Class 2 director. He'll serve until their 2026 annual meeting. It is important to note that Mr. Evans is not considered an independent director based on Nasdaq and CIS rules, likely because of his role as Chief Investment Officer. He won't get extra pay for this board role, and his current compensation as CIO stays the same. His background information is already in their annual report. So everything required regarding his appointment and any potential conflicts of interest has already been disclosed. Importantly, there are no special agreements between Mr. Evans and anyone else for his appointment, and he doesn't have any family ties to current directors or executives. This is where we get the juicy details about that reverse stock split. On May 20, 2026, Nakamoto Inc filed an amendment to their official corporate documents with the state of Delaware. This amendment officially enacts a 1 for -40 reverse stock split for their common stock, which will happen at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time on May 22, 2026. This means that for every 40 shares a shareholder currently owns, they will soon have just one share. The stock will start trading on this new basis on the Nasdaq starting May 22, 2026, and the ticker symbol NAKA will remain the same. This split was approved by shareholders at a special meeting on May 8, 2026. The board was given the power to choose a split ratio between 1 for -20 and 1 for -50, and they settled on 1 for -40. They are not issuing fractional shares. They will instead receive cash for that fraction. This reverse split will also adjust the number of shares and the per share price for all outstanding stock options, warrants, and other equity plans. Any fractional shares resulting from these adjustments in equity plans will be rounded down. Basically, the total number of shares reserved for these plans will go down proportionally. VStock Transfer LLC is handling the logistics. If you hold shares directly, your account will be updated automatically. If you hold shares through a broker, your broker will handle the adjustment. So, after the split, the new QSIT number for Nakamoto Inc. Its common stock will be 49,457 M205. This is a unique identifier for their stock. The QSIT number for their tradable warrants which are traded over, the counter will not change. Now, let's talk about what a reverse stock split usually means. Historically, companies do this to boost their stock price. Often, they're trying to avoid being delisted from an exchange because their stock price has fallen too low. However, historically, about half of these microcap reverse splits end in eventual delisting. You might remember Kodak in 2021. They did a 1 for 20 reverse split, and their holders saw an additional drawdown of about 40% over the next 90 days. A $1,000 investment back then would have become about $600 for Nakamoto Inc. This is a significant move, and investors will be watching closely to see if it helps the stock find sustainable support or if it is just a temporary fix. This section is about regulation fair disclosure, which ensures that companies release important information to all investors at the same time. Nakamoto Inc. issued 2 press releases that are included with this filing. The first press release, dated May 2026, announced the reverse stock split becoming effective on May 22, 2026. This just confirms what we saw in item 5.03. The second press release, dated May 22, 2026, announced the board expansion and the appointment of Tyler Evans. These press releases are being furnished not officially filed, meaning they are for information purposes, and don't carry the same legal weight as the main filing itself, unless specifically incorporated into other filings. This lists the exhibits filed with the report. Exhibit 3.1 is the actual certificate of amendment to the restated certificate of incorporation of Nakamoto Inc., which contains the details of the reverse stock split. Exhibit 99.1 is the press release announcing the reverse stock split. And Exhibit 99.2 is the press release about the board expansion. Finally, Exhibit 104 is the cover page interactive data file, which is part of the inline XBRL document for electronic filing. And here we have the signatures. This report is being signed by Teresa Gendron, the Chief Financial Officer, on behalf of Nakamoto Inc., dated May 22, 2026. Now, looking at this filing, Nakamoto Inc. is clearly trying to improve its stock's market perception with this reverse stock split. They're also bringing in new leadership talent, with Tyler Evans joining the board, who is already running their investments. This could signal a move towards strengthening their strategic direction, especially given their focus on Bitcoin treasury as mentioned in recent news. However, the reverse split itself is a tactic, not a solution, and typically follows a period of stock price decline. Historically, companies that implement reverse splits face challenges, and a significant portion of them see further declines or even delisting. The key for Nakamoto Inc. will be what they do operationally to drive real value, not just adjust their share price. The addition of the Chief Investment Officer to the board is a positive sign for strategic alignment, but the market will be watching for tangible growth and profitability to justify the stock's current valuation. My biggest concern is that this reverse split might mask underlying issues if the company doesn't improve its fundamental business performance. What I'm actually looking for is sustained revenue growth and a path to profitability beyond just stock price manipulation. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going. That is my take. Stay decoded. If you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and join our Discord community linked in the description.